Hello everybody, quick video update just to let everybody know. We'll turn a little contrast light on here. I got up really early this morning, so I look a little disheveled. Went and found another music store here in San Antonio for anybody who might be a San Antonio watcher and is unfamiliar with where there might be music stores. I've talked in the past and in some previous videos about Alamo Music. They have a large store downtown, and they have another store right at 410 at Babcock. Those of you who live here in San Antonio, you'll know where I'm talking about. That store is not as large. It's got a very big piano area attached to it, but most of the other instrument areas it's relatively small. So if you're going looking for a lot of stuff, they don't have a lot of stuff. They've got a selection of stuff, but not like a bigger store. They don't have a big selection of harmonicas, which is one reason why I had to get the blues band package that I showed you the other day. Came with the little booklet and the DVD. And their prices for harmonicas, I don't know, when I went and bought my blues harp a couple of weeks ago, they must have been having a sale or a special or something, because they gave me, I can't remember what it was, 20% off or something like that. And I ended up spending $23 for this and change, which was pretty good because I was expecting to go in and pay like 50-ish, 40, 50-ish. I bought the Special 20 when I first got this, my first harmonica. I bought this online for 30 bucks. But when I went looking for another C harmonica, since my Special 20 crapped out a few weeks ago, I went looking for another C harmonica to practice since I started with this online lesson bundle that I bought from J.P. Allen. And I needed another C harp. So, but all the prices there for the harmonicas when I went in looking a couple weeks ago when I bought the blues band were 50 plus range for all they had the Honers, Lee Oskars, and a few others in the different categories of those name brands, brain bands and the Special 20s and stuff like that. Anyway, which again is why I went cheap and I got the $20 package thing with the blues band harmonica, the cheap China made one. Anyway, we were out, the wife and I were out yesterday just messing around, and there's another music store off of 410 and 281. It's kind of in a shopping area across from North Star Mall. It's Sam Ash Music Store or something like that. And that is an awesome store. They have everything. It's a huge store. Relatively speaking, for a music store, it's gigantic. They've got a huge guitar section, drums area, wind instrument, everything's broken down categories as you go around the store. From the periphery of the store, starting as you walk in, you got the wind instruments and all kind of horns and stringed instruments like violins, cellos, classical stringed instruments. You move into the drum area. At the back of the store is where they have the electronics, amps and stuff like that. And on the right side of the store as you walk in, the whole side of the store is electric guitars. And they've got your immediate right as you go in is a separate room where they've got the acoustic guitars. In the center of the store, the center floor area of the store is where they have like their sale items and package deals and stuff like that. Anyway, great store. Great store. The people that work there seemed pretty nice. We spent around maybe 20 minutes tooling around in there, but I couldn't find damn harmonicas. I was like, surely this place. I mean, they had accordions in there, for goodness sakes. Being San Antonio, that's a large Hispanic music population here. That's not unusual, but any place that's selling accordions is gonna have. should have harmonicas, right? Anyway, finally asked somebody, and they had them in a case in the room with the acoustic guitars. So we went in there, and it didn't have a huge selection of them there either. And talking to the guy behind the counter, you know, they'll order pretty much anything you want. But I mean, if you're gonna do that, hell, you know, just buy the shit online. But the prices were good. They were between $30 and $35, $37 for all the major brand harmonicas, Honors, Lee Oskars, and whatnot. There wasn't a $50 harmonica in the place, and they were all the same stuff that they're selling in Animal Music. So they already got them beat by like $15, you know, $12, $15. And I wasn't planning on buying when I got there, but I was like, hell, the wife was there, and she kind of said, just get it. And I talked in a previous video about trying some different brands, harmonicas, and whatnot. So initially, the guy handed me another blues harp. I was going to get an A. I've got a G and a C. And I'm trying, you know, building up the key battery for harps. He handed me another blues harp package, but I was like, you know what? I was like, I saw the Lee Oskars sitting at the bottom of the case, and I was like, you know, let me try one of those. So I took it out and I looked at it, and you know, it looks, at first glance, it looks like, you know, your normal harmonica or whatever. I was like, yeah, what the hell? I'll take it. It was 36 bucks, or 30. It was $33 and something. It ended up being $36 and change with tax. So it's pretty good. Right around the range you want to spend for a decent harmonica. Cheaper than Animal Music. A little bit more expensive than I probably could have found online, but I got it right there. So, you know, I could have saved maybe $5 buying it online, maybe more if I took the time to mess around with it, but no big deal. But I got a Lee Oskar, and I figured I'd talk a little bit about it. First impressions. I kind of messed around with it a little last night. I didn't practice much yesterday. We were out messing around and whatnot. But got home, took the Lee Oskar out of the case, and it you know, looks like a normal harmonica. Let me see if I can put that where it's kind of reflective. My perspective on stuff sometimes really stinks. But when I played it and looking at it, there's a couple of things on it that like the Honors don't have. It's got a plastic comb, stainless steel covers, you know, brass reed plates. Obviously, that's pretty much industry standard. But on the comb, on the edge of the comb, I don't know if you can see that very well. You can see that a little better. On either side, it has the keys for first and second position in there. First position is an A harp, second position or cross harp is E, and it has that marked also on the comb. You know, it's got the name on the front. So I thought that was kind of neat, and it's got the key designation on here. It looks like it just painted on there, so with use it would probably come off. I like on the Honors, they have it stamped, usually up here on the metal plate, the top cover plate. The key is stamped on there, so you know you'll always know what it is. But whatever, no biggie. Another thing that I noticed was the covers have a larger. They seem like they have a larger air chamber in them than the Honors. The hump here at the rear of the covers on the top and the bottom is larger than on the Honors. I don't know, because you can't see it very well anyway. And this front lip, where you hold it, it's a little bit more pronounced too on the top and the bottom than the Honor, so it's a little bit easier to hold. And playing it last night, I didn't play it much, but I just kind of messed around with it, just listening to the tone and the sound or whatever. It's got a really nice sound. Let's see. And going up just blowing on the holes, going up, the upper register, the holes, it seems like they're easier to to hit with less effort than the Honers. Maybe, and I think that's because of reading something. It might be because of the air chambers are a little bigger, so maybe it allows air to get in, more air to get in there to resonate the reed a little easier than in the Honer. Um, so I found that was kind of interesting. It's got a real smooth action as you play it, which I'm finding that the blues harp with the wood comb, it's not bad, but there's a definite difference between a plastic comb and a wood comb on your harmonica. Some people like the wood. I'm starting to get a better appreciation of the plastic comb. It just seems to move easier. It's got a better action. As you play it than the wood, but no big. That's not really that big a difference. The cases on the Honers are nicer than this, but so what? It's just a case. It's no big deal. So that's my little. And these are made in Japan, apparently. By the way, so they're not German manufacturer like the Honers are, but seem to be a pretty decent harp so far. We'll see as things progress how things sound. But I thought I'd just go ahead, since I did get something a little different and want to do a little update for the week, early in the week, and just talk about that since I had it to talk about and it's fresh on my mind and everything. So if you're in San Antonio, and I think it's a nationwide chain store if I'm not mistaken, Sam Ash Music. If you live in a major city, you probably got one nearby. I think they got a bunch of stores across the country. But if you're ever in San Antonio, Sam Ash Music seems like a definite alternative to Alamo Music. But again, I've only been to the music stores a few times, so these are just general first impressions. The prices on other stuff at Sam Ash Music were really reasonable too. The guitars, I mean, I have no frame of reference for guitar quality or anything else because I don't play the guitar. I've never played a guitar, never owned a guitar or anything else. But if you're interested in buying a guitar or start a guitar, you can get one there from $50 on up to just a couple hundred to get you started, and that's not bad. And some of the top end or intermediate range instruments, guitars, or whatever, even the electrics were running only $400 or $500. And that to me seems pretty reasonable, all things considered. But again, that's just general first impression since I really have no frame of reference for those instruments. The only instrument I've ever bought is I bought my daughter a viola years ago from a music store in Fort Collins, Colorado, when I was stationed up in Wyoming, and that cost us $900, and it wasn't even all wood. It had an artificial neck on it, and it was a nice instrument, but it was $900. That was, Lord, 15 years ago. That was more than that now, 16, 17 years ago for that. Anyway, so seems like the prices are pretty reasonable there. So if you're ever in town, check them out. They're near 281 and 410 across from North Star Mall in that kind of shopping area there. There's a Chick-fil-A over there. They're behind the Chick-fil-A if you need a frame of reference anyway. That's it for early in the week update. I probably won't do another one till the end of the week again unless something pops up. So see you then. Thanks for watching.